look out, world. Opie has notes, and he wants you to know. So you're going to see him doing this all the time.
Oh, no. Bragging about his prep now?
He reads them all to you, and they're just awful. But we're going to start with this rumor that keeps coming up that he has no longer been around his wife and family for a long time. We don't start this rumor. He just keeps messing up simple things that lead us to believe this, like this way he opened the show.
Oh, wow.
And, you know, in my house, there's 4 of us, right? Well, there's 5. There's 5 of us, but...
You know, it's not that hard.
No. Oh, no. I hope that's a reference to Doggy.
I hope so.
Right?
Yeah.
He did say he had 2 or 3 kids that one time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now he has 4 or 5. It's not a thing you mess up a lot.
No, that's a weird thing to say. And he didn't like clarify and go back and go, I mean, the reason why I said that is because of... No, he didn't do that, Adam?
He doesn't like to do that. He just likes to leave a mystery in the air. He's trying to fool us, I think. Even though it probably is a reference to the dog, it's just not helping anything.
No, because we think there's 0. We think it's a family of 1.
Even when you listen to Burr, when he talks about his kids, it sounds like they're around. It sounds like he talked to them like they're real people, not like fantasies and some kind of schizophrenic play. However, he does have a nice reason to say F you to all the comedians.
F a lot of the comedians, because they don't understand that regular Joes can be funny too. And I think social media in 2025 is proving that there are a lot of funny fucks out there, a lot of funny people.
Mm-hmm.
So wait, what do the comics do to these people? I'm confused. They don't realize that other people can be funny?
Yeah, the big elites don't realize that regular working class everyday people can also be funny. They're gatekeeping.
Isn't one of the biggest comedy podcasts in the world Kill Tony, where Tony Hinchcliffe allows these regular Joes to come up and do comedy? And then they actually become famous from the show over time and start to do their own tours. It's kind of like launch people's careers and stuff.
Yeah, it's like a thing you can watch in real time to disprove this argument. Opie, wasn't your former partner an HVAC repairman?
Yeah.
Something like that.
So I'm not sure they're gatekeepers per se. It doesn't seem that way to me, but.
You know, he's recently taken almost all of his episodes and put them behind his paywall.
Yes.
So you can't go back, because he doesn't like when we go back and show him disproving the things he says. But Opie, we have all of them anyway, so you can't do that. Let's go to the videotape.
It is good.
But the problem is everyone has a goddamn podcast now.
It's saturated.
Everybody, I told you the guy, this is a real thing, by the way. The guy who fixed my toilet and hammered me for $400, he recognized me. He knew who I was. And he said, hey, by the way, I got a podcast that I would like you to check out.
Even the plumber.
I've had it.
Huh, sounds like he's being a gatekeeper to podcasters.
Yeah.
Or at least he'd like to be if he could.
And $400 is nothing.
I know. Why bring that up? It's so bizarre.
Does he forget he said this, or does he just not care?
He forgets what his angle is on things. Because here's the problem with Opie. He doesn't actually believe in anything, which is why his podcast stinks. His TikTok that we break down all the time on Who Are These Socials, he'll pull out some of his political rants and pop those up as TikTok videos, and it's just nothing. It's just this.
Babble, babble, babble.
He's got no real opinions on anything. He can't even pick a fucking sports team. He's like, my Jets, my Bills, my Giants. Like, pick a fucking team. You can't have 3 football teams.
He's still basing his personality around pleasing this imaginary audience that isn't there.
Yeah. And he never pleased us to begin with.
Yeah, that's a good point. They all hated him.
As we discovered when we went back and revisited some old Opie and Anthony when we were doing the bonus show that's available on patreon.com/Who Are These Podcasts. Blind Mike and I went back and listened to some old Opie and Anthony where Opie was going off on Steve C for some slight. And when Anthony's trying to make it funny and Jim's trying to make it funny, they're both trying to lighten the mood, Opie shuts that down immediately and turns it back into a real argument. That he has to, no, Steve, you said this, and this is why you're tanking this company, and your team doesn't respect you. It's like all this like really personal shit that would also get like the boss's ears and be like, wait, what's Steve C doing? He's fucking up at work. He's just an asshole. He doesn't make this fun at all. What were we talking about?
It was very revealing on those, though. I didn't process it the first time how much CUMIA really is like not enjoying this and really uncomfortable and wanting it to end. And when Anthony is successful at it, Opie's like, oh, you can't handle being real, which just ends everything. So everyone, okay, we'll just sit here in silence.
Right, all right.
Great
Throw your
radio.
little temper tantrum then. That's fine. So stupid.
And it's nice to see that now, after all of this time, Opie is finally learning sentimentality and empathy and having regret over relationships that change.
The one voice I've been using, I feel like I got a relationship with. It feels way too real. Asking all sorts of questions. How can you help me with my cable situation in my house? I got this junk of equipment. Can you tell me what this is and how I can fix this? Sure, no problem. And I use AI for everything. And then, this lovely, lovely AI female voice, it changed. And I'm depressed like I lost a friend. Has this happened to anyone else?
Yeah, it happens to lonely people.
Mm-hmm.
It happens to a lot of people, actually, Opie. People who don't have friends that they talk to.
E-Rock just reached out. Blocked.
Yeah, right. He wouldn't even talk to him. This is Joey C with his Uncle Bob, his producer of his show. It's just AI that he's talking to all the time. This is not a good sign.
No, I believe it. I believe he pushes out every real relationship and it comes out in shit like this and that he's actually fucked up over it.
Yeah. Why would they change the voice out of it? It's so mean.
Mm-hmm.
It's growing attachment to it.
He doesn't know what to do. He lost a friend.
He lost a friend. Oh, we're making fun of him. That's rough. He was just trying to get some help with his cable system. I know.
I gained an AI, but I lost a friend.
My professional life is at a 2.
Mm-hmm. This is really sad because you got to figure that Opie gets asked this question all the time, and he should be prepared with an answer ready to go for it.
Hey, I miss O&A. Can you guys just make up and bring my favorite show back? Love you, brother, man. No, it ain't happening. No. And you can blame Anthony.
Oh.
Anthony made it impossible to ever have an Opie and Anthony reunion. And, and that's that. I'm sorry.
Oh. Okay. Opie would have done it, but then Anthony was a meanie bajini.
Mm-hmm.
So he decided not to. You know what? I'm going to text Anthony right now. Fuck you, asshole. I was looking forward to this O&A reunion. You fucked it up.
He said Anthony's the roadblock. Yep. Nothing you can do about
I
that.
was going to text Anthony, blocked. I'm Team Opie now. What an asshole.
I wonder what he thinks Opie thinks Anthony did to end this thing that will make it impossible. Because if you look to even recently on Anthony's show, you'll find this.
Yeah, wouldn't that be interesting? Having Opie on. I had Jimmy on last week. He was great. But in case you didn't know, me and Opie, we don't get along very well anymore. It's a shame. But I think it would be cool. Do you think? Let me know. Because I'd have him on. I have no problem.
This has been discussed many times where Anthony says, it would be awesome to talk to Opie. And Opie goes, no, we have to get a beer first. I want to talk about what we're going to talk about first. Because Opie's insecure about this. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't want to be called out for all his bullshit. So he wants to make sure, like, we're not going to bring up this and this and this, right? And Anthony goes, dude, let's just have this conversation on the air. It's what everyone wants to hear. We would all love to hear the conversation that you never really had. Only a couple of instances of these conversations on the show. We'd love to have you guys hash it out now.
And it's that stipulation that makes Opie say Anthony made it impossible.
Made it impossible. He won't get a beer with me ahead of time and allow me to tell him what's on and off limits.
This is not the only clip of Anthony saying this. There's so many of them.
Oh, yeah.
For Opie to feel that this is a wall that cannot be broken down, it's just him lying.
Well, also, when Anthony had Compound Media and Keith the Cop was running it at the studio in Manhattan, Keith the Cop actively tried to hire Opie, and the idea was, Opie, you come on as our morning guy, or whatever slot it was going to be, and then once a week we'll do an O&A reunion. So Anthony will still be doing the Anthony CUMIA show, and you'll do your own thing. But once a week, you guys are together, and we can have a show. And I think that would have been beneficial for everyone involved.
Oh, yeah.
But Opie's too much of a pussy.
Yeah, but look at where Opie is now. Come on.
Well, he is 500 feet above Manhattan on the Upper West Side, but it's not going to be there for very long,
No, I don't think so.
especially with their new socialist mayor. It's going to be tough for him to afford. He's already complaining about driving downtown from uptown, so it's only going to get worse.
That's true.
In this next one, the chat gives him something interesting that he can quickly turn into comedy gold.
Oh, I don't know what to. Oh my god. Somebody whose name looks like pubic hair is checking out the live stream. I don't know what that is. Oh my god. You got to see the visual for that. What are they saying? Could someone put that in the Google, please? All right.
It says "fuck you, Opie." I actually speak Korean very fluently, and that says "fuck you, Opie." No, I honestly, Adam, you probably know it. What does this say?
Well, it does say "안녕하세요," which, if you watch Arrested Development, you know means hello.
Oh,
And then, because the character was named Onyang, and the name is Ma Bak 92. That's it. That's all it is.
Okay.
And he's like when you're a kid and you bring home your like foreign friend, and dad's got to embarrass the shit out of you. And what's your name? What is it? Pubic hair? I don't know. What's that? Whatever. You're like, Dad, just shut the fuck up. Like, he doesn't realize people have moved on from that, and he can't come up with anything funny. So the chat has to save him and do the joke for him.
oh, good.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was a weird laugh. But Anthony, oh my God, now I got the hiccups because you really got me. Are you a hater? I forget. Oh, you get the Ron Burman as your avatar. Are you a hater, Anthony? I forget. I can't keep track of who's here to hate and who's here to just enjoy this with the rest of us. But you know what? If you're a hater, Anthony, you're funny. You made me laugh today and you gave me the hiccups.
I don't know if he said that out loud. He says he thinks you're Asian, which is why that
was the big joke.
That was the joke on that because of Opie's eyes. Opie's eyes don't open very wide these days. It's very squinty.
And he's going to explain that to you, but
Oh, okay. I didn't realize it.
Before he does, I love how simply the sight of Ron Burman as the avatar here throws him off so completely. He's like, I don't know if you're a nice guy or a bad guy. What's happening? I don't know, because he doesn't know what Ron symbolizes anymore.
That's true. And if there are Ron fans, does that mean they're for the Opie and Ron show or they're Team Ron?
He doesn't know. He doesn't know, but he's got an explanation for the Asian guy.
Okay, good.
See, the problem with doing these live streams so early, I can't. My eyes are like they don't open. I promise you, the rest of the day. Plus, I look down. Like the camera's up here, but I look down at the comments and stuff.
Also, I'm
The
stupid.
rest of the day, my eyes are wide open.
Oh, fuck off.
Multiple excuses on that.
I
That's how
know.
you know it really bothers him right there. Is that true? Do your eyes open up wider throughout the day?
His do.
Okay.
Don't you worry.
Fair enough.
Don't you worry.
If you want to know the truth.
Yeah. All right. That's why I don't do podcasting in the morning. I don't want anyone to think I'm Asian.
How about when he says my eyes look like that when I go like this, and his eyes were wide open?
Yeah, right.
They were the most wide then. He has no idea what he's talking about.
But that
And
really
he's-
bothers him, though. That's funny. You can't just laugh that off.
They're open the rest of the people comment on it everywhere I go. They're like, look at that wide-eyed guy. Look at that. They're always firing at me because they can see the whites everywhere. It's a
People are
problem.
like, you're the whitest Caucasian I've ever seen in my life. And I'm like, yeah, I'm the Opster.
That
Of
might be
course
true,
I am. You're welcome. That might be true. That is the compliment he gets most often.
He starts this hack radio bit about the top 5 worst Thanksgiving dishes.
Oh.
Right?
What do
That
you got,
he
Chris?
decided.
Come on.
God, no. They are tuning out. We are losing everyone like comic playing music.
All right, we'll take phone calls. Guys, what's the worst Thanksgiving dish? Call
Go to
us
the
right
phones.
now.
Again, green bean casserole, amazing. So you listen all of the obvious ones, but since he's still got that shock jock in him, he's gonna blow our minds with the last one.
For Thanksgiving, the number one on the list, you should have got it. It's fucking turkey. Turkey blows.
I already gave it away earlier when I told you, like, if you want a viral video, you prepare a fine Thanksgiving dinner, and then you have a crew come in to dump the whole Thanksgiving dinner in these giant fucking landscaping bins, and they leave, and then you have the beautiful girls with the nice torpedoes come in with the nice filet roast and real sides that you enjoy all year long. Mac and cheese. How about some mac and cheese? But turkey stinks. No, it doesn't. Yeah, it does. Try having turkey. Oh, you don't think turkey stinks?
Try having turkey. Good. All right, we got me there.
Yep.
Did you see what just happened?
He's arguing with himself. No, actually, turkey's pretty good. No, it's not. I swear to God, it's not. Yeah, no, I'm actually enjoying it right now. You're not enjoying that at all. You'd rather have a filet. Okay.
And you know why that happened? Because there was silence for 1 second when he went to sip. And that was too much. It's why he rambles like this. We get a lot of people sending us articles about schizophrenia and paranoid delusions, and that's what was going on in his head. It's like when Stuttering John takes a drink and he's just like, oh, I bet you like that, Lady K. No, you don't. Yes, you do. It's, dude.
Emergency episode.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there's something bouncing around in the back of his head, these voices.
Someone's arguing with him in his head about the imaginary poll that he just decided on his own, and they're against him.
He's getting heckled right now.
He is by himself.
That's crazy.
It really is. It's very dark.
Oh, boy.
And also, did you hear his definition of a viral video back there? Did you hear that?
Yeah, just make a video where you prepare a whole Thanksgiving meal and then you dump it in a container and then girls with torpedoes come in. I'm guessing boobs.
Yeah.
Come in and they serve you like
Filet
beef.
and mac and cheese. It's fucking viral.
So Erock says he's like John. He's regressed to a child. He likes dino nuggets and mac and cheese. Mac and cheese, I believe, is a side dish on Thanksgiving for a lot of people, right? It's kind of just mushy nonsense, like everything else that you put on your plate.
Right.
So he's just like, that's the good side. Is it?
He's just it's just like Bill Burr. He's trying to be relatable. He's trying to talk like we all talk, you know? You think that's what they're having at the Hamptons? You think they're having girls and torpedoes and mac and cheese bowls? Like,
can I get an invite?
I'm on my way.
Let's go.
Well, actually, he's probably by himself, so you're right. That's probably what's happening.
I was hoping for an invite to Florentine's Super Bowl party, but if this is what Opie's up to, then maybe I'll go over to his place for Thanksgiving. Sounds fun. He's single. Why not?
We actually are having steaks on Thanksgiving.
I know.
Now that I think about it.
Don't tell anyone. We'll go viral.
Girls with torpedoes.
All right.
Yeah, he's really saying it. So this next, I think this is from yesterday when Ron steps in. And Opie's now using it for therapy. And he is explaining how his mother handled the empty nest syndrome.
I was the first one out. So as kids were leaving this big house on Long Island, the rooms opened up, and my mom started renting them to fucking whack jobs. So my younger brothers, my two youngest brothers, they lived with some crazy ass fucking people. My one brother famously discovered one of the roommates in the woods. She OD'd. Supposedly he saved her life.
The fuck are you laughing at?
He's laughing at the fact that his brother saved her life?
Well, he said supposedly, because I guess people in their family tend to lie about whether they actually saved lives or not.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that is a trait of the Hughes now that I think about it.
Why would he say that? Why would he say supposedly?
It wasn't like a riptide event. That's a real reason to save someone's life.
Just weird the way he talks. And
That's
this story
bizarre.
goes on and gets worse and worse.
My mom, I would go and visit. At this point, there's like 2 or 3 tenants in the house, strangers just walking around. They were allowed to sit on the couch as long as they were paying their rent. My mom didn't care. And my mom comes to me and goes, something weird is going on. All my spoons are burnt. They were cooking drugs. And then they were
shooting up in your house.
They were cooking drugs in my fucking room because they rented my old room that had the posters of Pete Maravich, my beer can collection, and just a typical kid's room. And I went up there to check on this room after this particular tenant left, and there were burn marks in my fucking rug, little burn marks in my fucking rug. They were cooking up drugs using my mom's spoons.
They're shooting up.
Ron's seen a movie or two.
Yeah.
He's seen Basketball Diaries. He knows what's up. You ever seen Train Spotting, Opie? Yeah. We get it. That's hilarious.
Hold on, Opie. Let me get really close to the fucking camera.
Yeah. And no, by the way, these stories come out of nowhere. It's
Yeah.
not like he was asked directly. They're talking about other shit, and he is squeezing this stuff in.
This
to
is
get it
also
out.
exaggerated, too. The mom would be like, I don't know what's going on with my spoons around here. Okay. Oh, this is dumb.
You think they still had his posters on the wall when they
Yep.
rented it?
And his beer can collection, because, he's just a kid. Pretty cool kid.
On the radio and kind of famous.
Yeah.
Well,
FYI.
you remember how all the pets that he had would die in front of his house because they live on top of this hill by a busy street?
Yeah, there's a busy street, and he would rescue cats that he hated, and then the cats would get run over.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't just the cats.
Ugh, I know.
So my dad pretty much died in a car accident right in front of the house we grew up in. And then after that, my mom lived alone with this one tenant. That was it. And we would try to visit my mom as much as we can before we moved her into assisted living. And the last tenant, this is how that ended. Knock, knock, knock on the door. Suffolk County Police Department. Are you blah, blah? Yes. Does blah, blah live here? Yes. Can we see his room? Why? Why do you want to see his room? Well, ma'am, he just committed suicide on the railroad tracks in Greenlawn, and we want to check his room. He fucking parked his car on the tracks with a suicide note on the dashboard.
These fucking stories.
Wow.
There was a lot going on in that one. In that
Yep.
single clip.
I actually do want to know why they need to see the room.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. How does Ron react to something like that? Ron's like,
He's like, yeah, I get it.
so the government opened up again. Did you see that?
Yeah.
The FAA is working on trying to get these flights going again.
No, he was talking about Kieran Culkin living in Astoria, and this
Okay.
is where it turned into. It's really weird.
Jesus Christ.
He needs some therapy. He needs to talk to somebody.
He needs to talk to somebody because he's going through, you've been bringing this up for weeks now. Opie has regressed back to childhood memories. And he's been talking about therapy and getting right. And I think that he's not going to therapy. I don't think he's talking to a therapist because he'd be behaving differently, perhaps if he was. But he's definitely trying to figure out why he's become who he's become. And so he's going back and remembering pets, remembering the job that he had, remembering his grandmother dying and how he reacted to that, which was really shitty. It made Opie look really bad in that story. But yeah, these anecdotes are wild. And you brought up, he's not really talking about Opie and Anthony much anymore. So now he has to go back to his like childhood and teenage years as far as what he can talk about.
I think he's looking for sympathy too.
Yeah, you're right. Now he's a sympathetic figure. Yeah, now he's no longer king shit. You know, the guy who was Opie from Opie and Anthony and the big celebrity around town. Now it's like, my childhood was really rough, you know?
Yeah, he's made the choice. Like once an episode now, he says, you know, I'm broke. You know, I got no money coming in. He says it. So he's...
I bet the super chats are rolling in when he does that, right? Let's see if
None
that
of
works.
this-
Guys, we're
none of
broke.
this works.
We're broke over here at WATP. Let's see if this works.
It's really disturbing. This next one might be a little too moody or inside baseball, but check out this friend that Ron has access to that Opie really wants to get on the show.
Guess who she went to school with? Guess who she went to school with in Paradise Valley, Arizona?
Alice Cooper's kids.
No, fucking Ralphie from the Christmas Story.
Oh, really?
He's from there. They grew up together, going to school from the
Okay.
same neighborhood. Ralphie, I don't know his real name.
No.
Dude, he kind of still looks the same.
Okay, so his real name is Peter Billingsley,
Mm-hmm.
and he is a mostly conservative right-wing producer and showrunner. And he created a show called Sullivan and Son that had a lot of Opie and Anthony comedians on it. It starred Steve Byrne, and it was about a guy, a comedian, who hangs out at a bar called Sullivan's.
Okay.
And there's a big history of Steve Byrne and Opie and Anthony, and I hope they invite this Peter Billingsley on the show because they're going to think he has no idea about any of this, and it turns out he's going to know all of it, which is pretty great.
That would be fantastic.
It sure would. It's never going to happen.
No, it
Never.
definitely will not.
But I hope they keep going down this road because everything pisses him off. And the mention that the cast members of Friends still get $20 million a year in just residuals triggers him.
Oh, I bet.
There's no secret here. I'm running out of money.
Wait a minute, don't you get royalties from back in the day?
Dude, bro, it drives me nuts to this day. I can only speak for myself. I didn't have a relationship with Anthony, so when he was negotiating with our agent, I had no idea in general what they said. But I told my agent back in the day when I had enough money, I was paying all my bills. I was putting it into financial accounts. I didn't need any more money.
Okay. This is a similar thing that Howard complains about, but for a different reason. He gets so pissed about these sitcom actors who make whatever, $5 million a year, $10 million a year, and they're putting out one show a week. Howard has said this forever. He's like, why am I doing shows 5 days a week or 4 days a week or 3 days a week or whatever the fuck he's doing? He's like, Friends is on and you got that once a week, or Seinfeld. No one's complaining it's not on more often than that. It's like, these are apples and oranges.
Yes.
And the fact that Ron thinks there's residuals from Opie and Anthony, it's like
royalties. Yeah.
Yeah. E-Rock's making all that money. Fucking guy. He's cashing checks.
My life's work.
His life's work. He's just cashing checks on that shit.
And Friends is a global phenomenon.
Yeah.
Opie and Anthony, Howard Stern, they have a global reach and awareness, but they're not hits overseas the way these things are.
Well, they're also not being sold into syndication with advertising revenue up against it.
Yeah. What's fascinating about what's happening here is who Opie chooses to blame for this problem that he has in his life that haunts him.
And that's the next clip?
That is.
But he did just blame Anthony for a second there, too, for no reason, which was odd.
He's going to take some blame and see if you can figure out. He's subtle about it. But
okay.
Ever. And now, fast forward, we haven't done an Opie and Anthony show in over 10 years, but people are listening to this shit every single day. I have to compete with Opie and Anthony with my new shit. That's how popular it still is to this day. And I don't get a penny from it. Anthony doesn't get a penny from it.
So who owns the rights to Opie and Anthony?
From it. What?
Who owns the rights to Opie and Anthony?
It's kind of just
public domain.
I guess if SiriusXM wanted to put the hammer down, they own it. But basically, fans. There are fans out there. What?
What about WBCN? Do they have any rights to that?
Well, BCN is no longer. And so you have to go to the company that was, owned BCN, and that would have been CBS Radio. Right. There are fans and fan sites making decent money off the Opie and Anthony material.
So you can't, don't you have an attorney? You can't, say, hey, I'm actually Opie from Opie and Anthony. This is my stuff. You can't legally do something?
We don't own it.
Oh.
We don't own our material. So to see Friends making $20 million a year to just sit on their asses, look, I think, honestly, if we owned our material, I think we could have been making an easy $1 million a year from the old material. Easily.
Well, good news about Chandler. He's not enjoying the $20 million a year that they're still making from that.
Well, who gets his cut?
Right. So
send it to the Opster.
So Opie thinks that these fan sites are getting a good chunk of money. This is how desperate he is for money right now. He's looking at any YouTube channel or anything that's going on and going, God, if I was making that kind of money, with $250 a month that someone's monetizing old Opie and Anthony episodes with.
You see how his instincts become just like John's?
Mm-hmm.
He wants to destroy the only thing keeping him relevant.
Yes, right. Shut it all down. I'm not making any money off of it.
He thinks people are choosing between Opie Unleashed New York City and Patrice Best of O&A. And they're looking at both and they're just not choosing him. And if that wasn't there, they'd be choosing him. Opie, if that wasn't there, they wouldn't know you existed.
Right. That's a good point. Yeah, because what you're referring to, of course, is John suing SiriusXM for playing old episodes of the Howard Stern show that John was on, and now he's never on that channel ever again.
Good job, John.
Yeah, good job, man. New people will never discover you, except for through the Dabbleverse. So smart.
It's really shooting yourself in the foot. And just in case he didn't hammer home that he blames the fans for his lack of success, he has to just come out and say in this next clip.
Fans make the money off the Opie and Anthony stuff. It's hard to build an audience when they're like, should I listen to Opie's solo stuff or Anthony's solo stuff, or should I go and check out the radio gold, they call it, of Opie and Anthony? It's so frustrating.
They call
you
it.
bringing up the Friends thing just triggered me because it's something I saw. I saw the vision. It was already happening while we were still doing Opie and Anthony. People were listening to our shit all over the world on the internet because they didn't get satellite radio. It was there for the
Man,
taking.
if you could have made that work,
Dude.
you would never have to worry about money again.
Dude.
He shouldn't have to.
That's awesome.
Ron.
I love it.
I want to point out that Howard Stern owns the whole archive of all of his old episodes. And yet I would guess most people listen to his old show on YouTube, and Howard makes no money off of that. So even in Opie's fantasy, where he owns the rights to his show, people are still just going to put it up and bootleg it. People are just going to listen to it either way.
They are, but during COVID, when I went back and was listening to Stern on YouTube, it did make me want to subscribe to Sirius for a little bit and see what's happening. It didn't last very long.
Right, then you're like, oh, Eric the actor's still dead. Damn it.
Yeah, it turns out nothing there for me.
Forget about this.
But if there was no YouTube, I wouldn't have even thought about going to Sirius.
Yeah, no, it's an advertisement for what you're potentially doing. I'll tell you, I think we get more subscribers from Opie and Anthony than Opie does because people watch old Opie and Anthony stuff and then the algorithm goes, hey, you might like WATP. They talk about Opie a lot.
Low-level podcast?
Yeah, this low-level podcast out of our basement.
Mom's basement.
Yep.
This is, his show gets more views
It's
here.
my wife, Adam. How many times I have to tell you that? Every time I introduce her,
mom wife.
every time I introduce her to you, I'm like, my wife, Jen? Oh, shit, you got me. God damn it.
Who are these podcasts?